going to be another kingdom after this one. According to Daniel's the 7th chapter. The scripture say the saints shall take the kingdom. Alright? Let's get that. Daniel chapter 7 verse 17. Let me start from verse 15. I, Daniel, was grieved in my spirit in the midst of my body, and the visions of my head troubled me. Right, because when the men of the Most High, the prophets of Yahweh, when they receive visions, okay, from him, those visions are so terrible that it troubled them. Alright? Some of them fell sick because of what they were seeing in their visions. Understand? Daniel said that the visions that he received troubled him and disturbed him, man. Meaning he was greatly thinking upon these things that he was seeing. See? He saw the rise and fall of noble empires, man. He saw the rise and fall of the ancient Babylonians. He saw the rise and fall of the Medo-Persians. He saw the rise and fall of the Greeks. The rise and fall of the Roman Empire. And then he saw the nuclear destruction of America. He saw the nuclear destruction of certain countries around the earth, living in the time of America. Alright? And these visions troubled him. Because Daniel was living during the time of the ancient Babylonian Empire.
Only because
see him?
You put me on a day and a half.
Verse 16, I came near unto one of them that stood by and asked him the truth of all this. So he told me and made me know the interpretation of the things. Right? Because when you read about 4 beasts and 10 horns, these things have an interpretation. They have a meaning. It's not meant to be taken literally. It has an interpretation. Right? If you're not in this sign, you're going into slavery, man. If you don't descend from one of the 12 tribes of Israel, you're going into slavery. You so-called Europeans, you so-called white people, your time is nearly done, man. Ruling on the planet Earth. Oppressing the so-called Negroes and Latinos, man. You hear me? The time of you so-called white people ruling the earth is nearly done. A time of tribulation is coming. Alright? Global trouble and distress is coming. You see what's happening over there in Venezuela? That's coming to England. That's coming to the United States of America. Death and anarchy is coming. So, prophecy, man. Let's see. Verse 17. These great beasts, which are 4 kings. Let's see. These great beasts, which are 4 kings, which shall arise out of the earth. Right, so these beasts, these kingdoms, man, alright, ruled by men, shall arise out of the earth, one after the other, man. In that order. See him? So Satan is trying to buff it. Right. So, but the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever, even forever and ever. Right. So the scriptures say that the saints shall take the kingdom. So a time is going to come when there's going to be another setup on this planet Earth. Right, a time is going to come when there's going to be another establishment, global enterprise on this planet Earth, another kingdom, all right, another rulership, all right, after the great global nuclear destruction that's coming, right? And that kingdom, that setup, will be a righteous setup, man. An ordered setup, ruled and dominated by Israelite men, man. When the scriptures talk and refer to the elect, 104,000, those are 12,000 men from each tribe. Alright? Selected, preordained by Yahweh before the beginning of time. Alright? To rule the planet Earth in righteousness one day. But that day is coming, man. And we, the prophets of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, have come here to state that. That time is coming, man. And that's the hope and the gospel we give to you Israelites, man. The so-called Negroes and Latinos, man. That are walking around with your head stuck in the clouds, not knowing where you're coming or going, man. Because that's the current estate of you so-called black people, man. You don't know whether you're coming or going. You don't know who you are. You don't know your identity, your nationality. You don't know nothing about yourself. You don't know your history. And we, the prophets of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh, come here to tell you. Whether you hear or whether you forbid. Question mark. See? So the scripture say, read the 9, it says, then I would know the truth of the fourth beast, which was diverse from all the others. The fourth beast that referred to the ancient or the pagan Roman Empire, which was ruled by the Edomites, the so-called white people today. You was ruling in the time of the pagan Roman Empire, right? 2,000 years ago, right? And it said that this kingdom was diverse from all the kingdoms before it. Why? Because you had this thing called you were elected, all right? Your season in. You had your government was split in two. What do I mean? Your government was split in two. You had the plebeian, and then you had the patrician. You're an Israelite. You're not in Africa, not West Africa. Right? The government of the Roman Empire was split in two. You had the patrician, and you had the plebeian. All right? And they elected Caesars in to rule the Roman Empire. Fuck up, you're awesome.
Yeah. If you decide to like not spend it, you can have someone else.
I would too, probably.
First Maccabee chapter 8 verse 1. Now Judas had heard of the fame of the Romans, that they were mighty and valiant men, and such as would lovingly accept all that join themselves unto them, and make a league of amity with all that came unto them. And that they were men of great valor. It was told him also of their wars and noble acts which they had done among the Galatians, and how they had conquered them and brought them under tribute. You see? And what they had done in the country of Spain for the winning of the mines of the silver and gold which is there.
So we're going into the four beasts.
See? Because you can't say that the Bible was a made-up book, because it contained history, man. Factual information. So let's say verse 4. And that by their policy and patience they have conquered all the place, though it were very far from them. And the kings also that came against them from the uttermost part of the earth, till they had discomfited them and given them a great overthrow, so that the rest did give them tribute every year. Right, so let's read down. Verse 11. It was told him beside how they destroyed and brought under their dominion all other kingdoms and isles that at any time resisted them.
Go reading still about the Roman Empire.
But with their friends and such as relied upon them, they kept enmity and that they had conquered kingdoms both far and nigh, insomuch as all that heard of their name were afraid of them. Also that whom they would help to a kingdom, those reign, and whom again they displace. Finally, that they were greatly exalted. Yet for all this, none of them wore a crown or was clothed in purple to be magnified thereby. Right, so now reading how, or in the tower, the fourth beast was diverse from the rest. Daniel 7 verse 19. Then I would know the truth of the fourth beast, which was diverse from all the others, exceeding dreadful, whose teeth were of iron, and his nails of brass. This is referring to his military, man. Because how we're reading is that during the time of the ancient Roman Empire, no one could withstand him. That all other nations of people heard of their fame and greatly feared the Romans. Right? So that's why I say that this beast was exceeding dreadful, whose teeth were of iron, and his nails of brass, which devoured and brake in pieces and stamped the residue with his feet. Right. So like I said, this is referring to the pagan Roman Empire. So it said, verse 14. Yet for all this, verse Maccabees chapter 8, verse 14. Yet for all this, none of them wore a crown, meaning the Caesars, man. None of them wore a crown on their head. Or was clothed in purple to be magnified thereby, right? Because they wore purple. Right? The Caesars wore purple. They wasn't clothed in purple, excuse me. Because among Jacob, among Israel, purple is a color of royalty. Right? Verse 15. Moreover, how they had made for themselves a senate house, wherein 320 men sat in council daily, consulting always for the people, to the end they might be well ordered. Right, so that's one of the attributes of the ancient pagan Roman Empire that separated, made it diverse from other nations of kingdoms that were before it, man. They had for themselves a senate, man, meaning a government body that was split in two. One, the plebeian, and the other, the patrician. Verse 16. And that they committed their government to one man every year, who ruled over all their country, and that all were obedient to that one, and that there was neither envy nor emulation among them. Right. So the scriptures say that they elected a man in every year, meaning a Caesar, a ruler over them, man. So that's what made Rome diverse from the other kingdoms like the Medo-Persian and the Babylonian that were before it. You know? So the scriptures say back in Daniel chapter 7 verse 20. Let me finish up verse 19. Let's say, whose teeth were of iron and his nails of brass. Because that's what a beast, when a beast is an intent to destroy his prey, he uses what? His teeth and his claws, man. And the scriptures say that his teeth were of iron. So that represents its military. You see? So it says, which devoured and break in pieces and stamped the residue with his feet. Right, because that's talking about how the Roman Empire destroyed the Israelites, man. Alright? Because during the time of Pompey, alright, and Titus Caesar, we was under tribute to the Roman Empire, man. Okay? And in 70 AD, Titus Caesar, by the decree of Domitian, destroyed the land of the city of Jerusalem, man, by burning it down. So this is how the four beasts stamped the residue of our nation, man. That's history. Understand? That's historical facts, man. If you look up something called the Siege of Jerusalem, that's actual factual information, man. That's history, recorded history, man. That state how the Roman Empire destroyed a Hebrew-speaking people in the land of Israel in the time of 70 AD, man. Right? So, verse 20, and of the 10 horns that were in his head, and of the other which came up, and before whom 3 fell. So the 10 horn, that's the 10 horn of the 4 beasts, meaning the 10 countries that comprise the EU. Because the 10 countries that comprise the EU, that was in 1958, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. 1958, that's when the EU was formulated, and it was originally 10 nations. Now it's like 27 European nations. All right. So that's what the 10 horn represents. It's referring to the EU, because the EU and NATO, that's the revised Roman Empire, man. That's the revival of the ancient Roman Empire, man. All right. And America is a part of the EU. See it?
Yeah, I know each other. Basically, if I'm like gonna be out.
So the scripture is referring to history and future prophecy, man, with the use of symbols, using the term beast or 10 horns or little horn that rose up out of the 10 horn, and the little horn is referring to America, man. You see it? It says, read it again, it says, and of the 10 horns that were in his head, and of the other which came up, and before whom 3 fell. The 3 that fell is talking about Spain, France, and Britain, man. Spain, France. I believe it's Britain. Right? Because America had revolutionary wars with Spain, France, and Britain. So that's what the 3 horn represent. Yeah, because them 3, Spain, France, and Britain, that's a part of the EU, man. And it said that 3 of those horns fell away. Alright? That's right. And so it says, even of that horn that had eyes and a mouth that spake very great things, whose look was more stout than his fellow. Right, for America is prouder than the rest of the EU nations. America believes that he's more superior, that she is more superior than the other EU nations, man. That's why the scripture say that this horn, his look was more stout than his fellow. Alright? And it had a mouth speaking great things, man. speaking great things, meaning what? Meaning blasphemy, man. Filthy, wicked lies. See? What's some of the lies that come out of the mouth of America, man? A man and a man getting married. A woman and a woman getting married. There's some of the filthy things that come out of the mouth of America. And this is why the scripture say that America, that little horn, be given to the fire, man. The fire referring to the nuclear destruction that's coming. See? And that's prophecy that certain people refuse to believe. Certain people do not want to believe the United States of America will experience nuclear devastation and destruction and annihilation. Some people don't believe that. Right? But the scriptures say this. This is on Romans chapter 3 verse 3. For what if some did not believe? Shall their unbelief make the faith of the Most High without effect? Right, so the scripture says, so what if some of you niggas don't believe, man? Does that make this thing of ours without effect? Does that mean that our words, is not the Most High's word, is not going to be made manifest?
I see you all the time, like your preachers, just stay preaching, like what's going on, you got people, you know, they show praise, they show love with their mouth, but their heart is far. Most High, they don't care about that. Don't care about the Most High or keeping His laws or having faith in deliverance and in the kingdom and in the restoration of their people. Now people honor me with their mouth, but their mind is far. They seek after their own covetousness, man. And you're gonna, Most High don't care about lukewarm niggas, man. You're gonna be destroyed for that. Jake do a lot of lip service, man. A lot of sweet talk. And the Most High's gonna judge you niggas for that, man. Because you taught the talk, you don't walk the walk. Let's see. Reading on verse 4. God forbid, yea, let the Most High be true, but every man a liar. Right. So the words of the Most High are true, man. And we come to reinstate that. The validity of the Holy Scripture. See? And that whatever man come with is a lie and a falsehood, man. Right? Whatever doctrine or religious belief is a lie, man. We come here to speak what is getting ready to happen, which is true. We state facts, man. We know what we're talking about.
I'm not sure.